Today we're going to work on a little bit of shoulder mobility. So what we're going to start with is some simple shoulder extensions, a motion that we typically don't get into. So you can grab something like a dowel rod like this. You can grab a broomstick, something to give you some extra support as you go through this. So I'll place it on my hand. And we're just going to go into a repeated motion like this, and taking it as far back until you get that stretch on the front of the shoulder. Hold for maybe a 1 to 2 count back out. And notice I'm not letting my body rotate as I go. This should just be a shoulder motion. Coming back, and I'm using this left hand to guide that motion. I'm not actively bringing this back. I may go for 10, 12, 15, whatever it feels best here. And of course, I'll switch and focus on the other side. Now, if we have one shoulder that seems to be more of the issue, we can focus on that side. But just for the sake of this mobility routine, what I'm going to do is show both sides. So I'll just do somewhere between 10 to 15. Once again, I'm not giving up position to do this. This should just be a shoulder movement. Now, once I finish those, we're just going to do what we just call a cross-body stretch. We're trying to get these guys stretched in the back. So I'm going to bring my arm across like this, take myself into that stretch until I feel that stretch on the back. I'm going to hold that for a 10 count. And once I reach that 10 count, what I want to do is just very gently, maybe 20% effort, try to bring that shoulder back across and just meet my resistance here. I'm going to hold that for a 5 count. 3, 2, 1. When I finish that, I'm going to take myself deeper into that stretch. Once again, I'm going to hold this for about a 10 count. Speed it up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Get a little bit of that pressure into my hand again. Hold it for a 5 count. And after that 5, I'm going to relax and go deeper into that stretch. So I'm going to use that 3, 4, 5 times, however many times I need to go to feel like I'm getting the most out of that motion. And then I'm going to switch on the other side. So hold for a 10 count. Say 3, 2, 1. A little bit of pressure back into my hand. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, and then relax deeper into that stretch. So for me, I can feel this left side, it's tighter. So in my own mobility routine, maybe I give a little bit more time and attention to this side. Push back, hold for a 5 count. And relax, go into that deep stretch again, 10-second count here. Now, once I'm done with that, we're going to go into a variation of a old stretch called the sleeper stretch. I'm just going to be on my side like this, and we're going to work on this internal rotation motion. So I'm going to bring myself into the position where I begin to feel that stretch on the back of my shoulder. Similar to what we just did, I'm going to hold that for 10 seconds. Then at the end of that 10 seconds, I'm going to try to just give a 20% effort back into my hand that way. Hold. 5 seconds. And then at the end of that 5 seconds, I'm going to relax and just let myself gently go more into that internal rotation. I'm not trying to force this. This shouldn't be an uncomfortable stretch. Hold for 10 seconds. At the end of that 10 seconds, to give a little bit of pressure back into the hand. At the end of the 10 seconds, or 5 seconds there, you're going to let yourself go a little bit deeper into that stretch. And similar to the last one, we're going to do this or repeat it until we feel like we've taken up all the motion that we can take up. I'm going to switch to the other side. Gently bring myself into that internal rotation until I feel that first amount of stretch on the back. Hold for 10 seconds. Gently push back into my hand. And then at the end of that 5 seconds, just gently take yourself to that next barrier that you reach until you feel that stretch kind of stopping you. Hold for 10 seconds. One more time, push it back into the hand. 5 seconds and then let that go. Now, we're gonna work on a little bit of reaching overhead. So grab your dowel rod or your broomstick again, hand on the front, and we're going to I'll show you on this side. Let this go as high up as you can. This arm isn't doing much. This hand is the one doing the work. It's gonna push me up into that motion. I'm not letting myself arch back. This is just a shoulder movement. Hold for a 10 count, and then what I'm going to do is drive my hand into the stick with like a 20% effort, 5-second hold. At the end of that 5 seconds, take yourself back, 10-second hold. After that 10 seconds, 20% effort into the stick. And then at the end of that 5 seconds, take yourself back further into that motion. Repeat on the other side. So, all right. Once we've opened up that motion, we're going to go into some of our CARs that we talked about in a previous video. So first we'll start with our scapular CARs. Remember, we're moving in a box-like motion. So motion's happening at the scapulothoracic joint where the shoulder blade sits on the rib cage, not at the shoulder itself. So we'll begin by punching forward, come all the way up, all the way back. Tuck the shoulder blade into the back pocket, and I'll punch forward again. All the way up, back, down, forward. Then I can reverse that. Back, all the way up, forward, down. I'm gonna do 10 each way. Then I would flip, go the opposite way. Coming up, back, tuck it into the back pocket, punch forward, up, back, and then we can reverse, punch forward, down, back, 10 each way. Now that's our scapulothoracic where the shoulder blade sits on the rib cage. Now let's work on the shoulder joint itself. So feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of tension in the system, and then if I'm working on this right side, I'm going to come across the body a little bit as high up as I can. Once I hit that sticking point, I'm gonna rotate my arm all the way out, reach behind me, keep rotating, 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 rotating until I reach back and have the back of my hand out my pocket. I can repeat that. I can keep heading in this direction. So here's my stopping point. Rotate, 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 rotate. Back here. I can reverse. Go straight back until I hit my stopping point. Come all the way around. So I'm going to do 10 each direction, 10 each side. So over to my left side, I have a decent amount of tension throughout the body as I'm doing this. Everything else should be pretty still except for the shoulder itself. Come back, all the way around. Complete 10 each way. Give that a try and let me know what you guys think.